Welcome back to Better Kansas City. So the market has been crazy. Should this be setting off alarm bells for retirees or those who are retiring soon? Alan Becker, CEO of Retirement Solutions Group, is here with some advice and tips on how you can actually handle all of this. So Alan, should people who are getting ready to retire, should they be worried right now?
I don't know if worried's the right word, I would say, but definitely cautious. Anytime you're getting close to retirement, you need to start making changes of what you're doing in the sense of start moving more to a little bit of safety, looking at other opportunities, because if all you're going to do is ride the market out, my opinion, that is a recipe for disaster. The whole buy and hold strategy doesn't really work anymore. We're more dependent upon our defined contribution plans, which means 401ks and that type of thing, IRAs, and we need to make sure that money lasts as long as we do. And people are living longer. So if you're gonna just ride out the market and put all your stake on what the market's gonna do on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis, that is a recipe for disaster.
Okay, and you're an expert on a lot of the financial products that you just mentioned. So let's talk about your retirement income planning checklist. What are some things that we should have in place?
Yeah, we've got a checklist that we're going
Literally.
to... Yeah, literally. There you go. The top 10 things that you need, and we're gonna offer this to all of our viewers. All you need to do is text checklist 5, so channel 5, checklist 5 to 474747, and then we'll get one of these out to you. But over the next few weeks, we're going to go over all 10 of these briefly on air. But you really need a good checklist as you're moving towards retirement so that you have the ability to be prepared. Okay.
Well, being prepared, that's huge. You also mentioned people are living longer. So how can we sort of plan to have that long life that we all want?
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to the 1940s, Social Security came around. In 1940, the average life expectancy was 62 and a half. So when Social Security came out at 65 for full retirement, it's a pretty cool plan. More than half the population would not make it to retirement. Therefore, Social Security was funded. Nowadays, people are living much longer, and the average life expectancy now is between 82 and 84. And if you're in a committed relationship, so here's a plug to being married, you can live to 92.
Wow.
50% chance and a 25% chance to 98. Right. So happy spouse, happy house, right?
Yeah.
So,
somebody to keep you in check. That's what you need.
Yes. That's a different checklist, but yes. So the longer, living longer is more of a newer concept, and you need to be prepared for it because retirement can last 10, 15, 20, for some of us even 40 years.
Wow, that is such a long time. And that's kind of scary once we think about it. The other thing that's a little bit scary, healthcare costs can continue to rise.
Correct.
We've seen that in the last few years. Is that something that's expected, and how do we prep for that?
Yeah, I mean, there's two sides to that coin. One is you have your premiums for your healthcare. You have the concerns for the deductibles and copays and prescription drugs. And then you have this other kind of unknown animal over here, which is your long-term care. So, and we don't want you to put off what you can do today, and we don't want you to, spend more time planning a vacation than for your retirement, which many people do. So you definitely need to look at how much you have saved up and how far that's going to go for retirement. It's part of the checklist. So, definitely a big concern, and long-term care is a scary thing for all of us. And then that leads into our next part of the checklist, which is the idea of two different households, meaning as we get older, especially with a lot of people maybe having a big age gap between spouses, there is the potential for one of us to have an ailment while the other one's still living at the house. So therefore, you may have somebody living in a nursing home while somebody else is living in the house, so you're holding up two households. And then you have to plan for that. So,
that is so difficult.
Exactly. So don't just go into retirement in a, with your eyes closed and just hoping for the best. You really need to do it in a systematic way. That's why at Retirement Solutions Group, we have our roundtable.
You got a checklist.
Correct. And our roundtable retirement process. You put those two together, and hopefully that gives you a nice recipe for success.
Yeah, absolutely. Alan, thank you so much. So if you'd like to learn more how Alan and his team can use their proprietary roundtable retirement process, well, that can actually help you. Call 913-685-9422 or visit rsgusa.net.